Yo, what up, House of Breaking Glass? My name is Nobi, and I'm taking over today. And we're unveiling a music video called New Chains, produced by theDGTL, directed by Justin Frick, co-directed by Gage Solar. And I wish I could be here under better circumstances, but I feel like in tumultuous times like these, it's important to stand up in the face of tyranny, and I really, really hope that you guys can take something from this music video and we can continue to have dialogues that turn to change. So, hi, how's it going?
Yeah. You know what? Let me get over there real quick.
Yeah.
My name is Jacob Hillard, and people know me as theDGTL. And, I've been working with Nobi for almost 5 years now.
Yep.
And I think, he hit it as per usual, just head on when he said that it's unfortunate that we are releasing during this time where something that we have worked on for a couple years now has just a really profound relevance to the time we are in and the need for change now. And part of that change is deeply rooted in the dialogue and creating a dialogue in a place that's comfortable for the dialogue. And that's our ultimate goal with all of our music. It's kind of our MO.
Facts.
And it's something that we've been very vigilant on since day one. And this is one of the few people I've met, in my 12, 13 years in the game, who started with the first step right. And I think the intent is very powerful. And as a fan of hip-hop, to see that return back to music, this represents something very, very significant to me as a student of the game. So what time is it right now? Do we know?
28.
28. We got 2 more minutes. Wow.
We want to also encourage you guys to donate. I don't know if we'll have donate links. I imagine we will. But if you donate to me directly, I'll donate 50% of the proceeds to the Northwest Community Bail Fund. And if you can also donate to them directly, and you can also donate to Nest Life. You can Cashapp them. Basically, their money goes to gas masks and goggles for protesters on the front line that need them. So I encourage you guys to donate wherever to. There's plenty of things to, and be the change,
Yeah, now more than ever, there have been more opportunities for people to get involved on any capacity. Facts. Even if it's an extra $20 that you have. This is one of the few times where when you donate or when you even get involved and participate in research, you actually can make a difference in your actions in the immediate present moment. And this is a rare moment in time where that can happen.
Facts. So without further ado, the video is called New Chains. You can go to YouTube, type in Nobi, New Chains. It should be right there. I think we're going to stream it in through here.
Yes.
So feel free to watch it here as well.
Yeah.
And I hope you like it, and we'll come back after that.
Try to tell us that we ain't ancestors. Treat a protest like a transgression. Lead a focus on Rolex. Why they gentrifying up the whole set? No change, rearrange all the packaging. No brain, Cobain, just vanity. No name, less they hooping or they trafficking. The way they run this institution just like an academy. Tell me who achieves and tell me who dies. Use the power of the greed to fight with black lives. Glorify material, and that's why for one pair of 2 3s he gets shot with 4 5s. Oh my God, it's so wrong. For every blooming flower there's a snake in the garden. Oh my Lord, it's so wrong. The race still enslaved, we just changed the laws. They say the hangman left, huh? Yeah. Why we hang singing ourselves, New wage, old debts, no change, new slaves, new chains on the next one. New chains on the next, yeah. New chains on the next one. New wage, old debts, no change, new slaves, new chains on the next, yeah. Blind to a witness, tried and acquitted. Take a private eyes vision just to find a sentence. They don't want us on them businesses, but tell us mind our business. We still slaves, Google privatized prison. This is bottom life, bottom line. We can't get a credit up, monetize the culture. Dollar signs for America, fair enough. See, we only matter when we at the bottom. They don't want the power of the black dollar. Tell us to go back home, back on leashes. They don't want black homes or black-owned regions. We back up our backbone, get back where we even. And the man where we stand by the man isn't equal. I ain't talking about some random violence. I'm talking about some economics, trickle-down effects and smart investments and ourselves and wallets. Uncle Sam, he got his hands in the bag, so we should throw our cash where Uncle Sam.
I just wanna make it, I've been waiting all my life. Got my patience thin and hanging, I don't wanna waste my time. When I make it, I'll be gracious, take my family out the hood. More I chase it, the more I'm slaving, the more I'm tangled in this noose. I just wanna be rich. I just want the clothes, I just want the money, I just want all these whips. I just want all this ice, and I just want all these chains, and I just want all these Nikes, and I can't keep my change, I'm living paycheck to paycheck, spending my payments, I'm ready to blow up my savings and paper, I'm creating boxes of made in China, I pay for designer, but I can't pay off my Honda, hollering out how I'm slaving every day for the dollar. I want the Gucci, the Louis, Fendi, the Balenciagas, rocking the Dolce Gabbana, bought me some Laura Piana, pawn up my grandma's piano so I could pay for my iPhone. I don't know, I have a problem, probably solve it with product, the one in the bar, my idols all headed off. So when I get me some cash, I'm going back to the mall, cash out my check and withdraw, watching my check-ins dissolve. The more they press out of pockets, the more the pressures is soft. And I just want a hose in the car, I just want to own me a bar, I just want a crown and a Porsche, yeah, I just want a round of applause. And I don't want to work me a job, no, I don't want to punch in a clock, no, I don't want to stir up a pot, and I don't want to flip these wrists, and I just want to be rich, yeah, I just want to be rich. The more I climb out the hole, the farther I fall in the ditch, and I just want to be rich, yeah, I just want to be rich. Got all these whips and these chains, don't tell me slaves don't exist. Hey, what's going on? We got some more music for you. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to, you know what I'm saying, bust out that comment section. Don't be afraid to talk. I'm going to be looking at it, so hopefully I can respond to you guys. This song's called Entity. I got a video for this one too. I'm not your regular entity, I am the centipede, centipede chemistry, chemically carry you, carry me, carry away. I'm not your regular entity, turn on my enemies into my infantry, envy my infamy, infamous, infidels all in my way. I'm not your regular entity, I am the centipede, centipede chemistry, chemical carrying, carry me, carry away. I'm not your regular entity, turn on my enemies into my infantry, envy my infamy, infamous, infidels all in my way. Yeah, I am your regular citizen, I am your regular innocent, I would've died with my hands up, I would've died for not listening, bang, they took my life around witnesses, nobody asking who did the shit, then they label us criminals, if there's a trial then they get acquitted shit, yeah, beginning to think the police is a syndicate, feeding all weak and decreasing the innocent, in the event that my feelings offend them, I'm finished, or they paint a picture of me as the villain, fuck it, I'm villainous, feeling this killer shit, feel me, I'm killing it, stone like Yosemite, high like my energy till I'm legitimate, dang, I'm not your regular entity, I am the centipede, centipede chemistry, chemically carry away, yeah, I'm not your regular entity, turn on my enemies into my infantry, envy my infamy, infidels all in my way, all in my way, I'm not your regular citizen, I'm not your regular innocent, no, I'm not your regular citizen, yeah, I'm not your regular innocent, no, I'm not your regular citizen, I'm just a regular citizen, I'm just a regular citizen, I'm just a regular citizen, whoa. Once again, my name is Nobi. Feel free to donate, please. Venmo at Nobi509, Cashapp, $Nobi509. I'm giving 50% of my proceeds to the Northwest Community Bail Fund. And I think that shit is super dope, so please feel free to donate. This song's called Displaced. Unforgivable blackness, thunder under your black skin, underprivileged masses. This life of mine, I'm ostracized, prophesize oppression. But I will not apologize for the tint of my complexion. It's too deep, feel like I'm in the ocean. Losing my breath's focus, losing my need to breathe. I feel my conscience slipping focus, and my skin ain't pale enough, but my soul ain't black at all. Oh, my melanin, oh, lies, more wives, oh, wives telling it. Oh, God, oh, I want it on my own. But I'm caught up in a roadblock. Try to go around the zone, they post another roadblock. So I take the road I want, I'm caught up with patrol cars. Funny how your skin been conditioned in your role, huh? I feel so out of place. This world is made for me. I've got a price to pay. Can't afford the fee. Mama tells me I'm forgiven by the Lord. I'm saved. Why after I bow my head, I still feel afraid? So this one time I heard my mom's crying in the room upstairs where we were living. And so I went up there and I checked on her and I was, asking her, why are you crying, And she told me the craziest shit. She told me, when you go outside, I don't know if you gonna make it. And I told her, Mama, don't worry. Working, I'm in a hurry. Know you raised me with virtue, but virtually nobody can hurt me. She said, watch out for the police. They ain't protecting and serving. And when you lay your head down, I pray it's not on a gurney. Bodies, they lie on the sidewalk. No cameras, no angles. Outlined with white chalk. His hair got a halo. Now he lie with the angels. I just pray you be safe. I know this path that you walk in, it wasn't lead you astray. Displaced.
And now, I would like to ask a very special guest of ours and my co-host, Phillip Peterson, to join us for our last song of this little set, but a song that is definitely very meaningful to me. And hope you enjoy it. It's the second half of a song called Lost.
If I'm good, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if I'ma make it. Mama's prayers ain't enough to stop this aching. I'm tired. I see my brothers on the pavement, impatient, contemplating, looking around like what they saying, yeah. Look at the news, they hate us. All they do is degrade us. If we on TV, it's for sports or public shaming or comedy. I see the irony in making them laugh. See, we just entertainment to the faces facing the glass, huh? Closed caskets, rose petals, and bad
caskets, black blood in the sun grew the roses. Where you stand in candlelight vigils. Another night, another victim. All in a day's work for the federal justice system. Just listen as I sit on this bus, headed to prison, wishing I had somebody to tell me that I was tripping, but I didn't. And if they ain't gon' give it, then I'ma get it. They always saw me as a thug, so I really became a menace. Turned these bricks into a business. Mama praying for my sinning. It's funny cause these bricks the foundation for my sentence. They got me calling out for help, dog. They see my color, tell me hell nah. Yeah. They throw us out by the masses with the roaches and rats and tell us that nothing's happening while we die by their hand. And when we expose the man, they choke us out till we gasping. I can't breathe, it's unforgivable blackness.
Whew. That was our set. Once again, my name is Nobi. theDGTL on my left, Phillip Peterson on my right, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, man. That shit is really important to me. And I think it's also very, very important to continue the conversations we're having now, even though as uncomfortable as they may be, it's shit that we really, really, really need to talk about. So if there's anything people want to recommend, places to donate to, or things people can do to help, whether that's like meeting up and protesting, whatever it may be, I want to help facilitate that and push that for the next segment here at Breaking Glass. So I'm going to check some comments and stuff. I think we're going to do like some Q&A stuff. Feel free to tap in with me in the comments, and when I read them, I'll reply to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. Well, once again, this is Phillip Peterson with me, and this is kind of a impromptu, last-minute Back of House episode. So it's technically episode 9. But I definitely want to echo Nobi's sentiment that this is an opportunity for us all to get involved and to spread the ideas. We're looking for other people's ideas. This isn't a situation where we're claiming to have any answers. We just want to open the narrative up, which seems to be the most important and proactive measure we can ask for at this moment. So, are we seeing anything good in the comments here?
Mad support, high key. Why only the second half of Lost? There's time constraints. Yeah. I wanted to like really make sure that we took this time to like talk about stuff rather than the music, because I don't know, the music kind of speaks for itself, I think, at this point.
Yeah, do you care to kind of expand on that a little bit?
Like what the music's about?
Yeah, like it speaks for itself. I think dissecting that last verse definitely like it has a lot of powerful lines in it. But there are several that definitely jump out at me, especially now, like hearing it a couple years after we initially made it. So
yeah, it's crazy to me that we made this song I think 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, like, and like right at the height of like Eric Garner and Trayvon, and it's crazy to me that I feel exactly the same way I feel now back then. And it's the same exact shit that's going on. And that's ultimately why we decided to share the song in the first place, because if the time to change is now, then we should be bringing all the problems up, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's why we decided to release New Chains.
Here we got, somebody says, what can you expect from that new album, though?
What can we expect from the new album? Well, I mean, I think Respect My Region put the article out, so it's also safe to say that we're dropping an album on Juneteenth.
Yes.
Called Fulminate. And you can expect a lot more raps like that.
Let's start with the definition.
A fulminate?
Nobi, what does it mean? Well, let's start with the first one. We originally entitled this session a ruminate session. What does it mean to ruminate? Do you know?
Like think deeply on something?
To consider with great notion.
Yeah.
And then what does it mean to fulminate?
To express with extreme protest. And if that doesn't give you any insight into what the album will be like, I feel like it's just a portrait of what it's like to be a black man in America. So you can, I don't know what you would expect from that, but like, that's what you're getting out of the album.
How would you describe the collection of experiences throughout this album?
So many, like myself, my brothers, my sisters, my grandparents, my stepdad, friends, just so much. I drew from everything because racism is everywhere. It's happened to every black person I know. You know what I'm saying? And so I really was trying to channel that energy when we were writing the album.
Yes.
And just trying to like be a voice for my people, I guess.
What were some books that we were reading during then?
The book that had the biggest impression on me was Black Like Me.
Yep. And
Black Like Me is this crazy book about a white guy, like a professor, who was like, we can never understand what it means to like be black, and I really want to like try to understand that. And so he decided to pigment his skin to make it look like he looked black. And then he basically just took a journey all the way through the South, like starting at the northest part of the South and going all the way through like Georgia. And this is in like the late 50s or early 60s. I can't quite remember. And so he had a hell of a time. Like it was crazy. And he had like all of these, later on, like he starts running out of like skin pigment cream. So like some days he's like a white guy, and then other days when he has the cream, he's like a black guy. And so it was all of these like, all these questions about like mixed race identity and like what the fuck even like that means. I don't know. And I don't know, that book really, really inspired so many songs. Displaced was like a huge one. So Black Like Me, you should read that.
Is that a fiction book?
No,
it happened.
It happened.
It really, really happened.
And that writer got death threats.
Yeah, they tried to.
Like,
he moved his family
relocate
to Mexico, I think, because people were like burning crosses in front of his house and shit. And he didn't come back to America for like a decade.
So this book actually started as an expose for a magazine, and but very powerful. It's just like it's just shocking, because you know he says throughout the book, he goes, "I had no idea, you have no clue."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure at least like half of like people of color have imagined or like entertained the thought of, what if I could just change my identity? I could just catch everybody doing what they were doing while I was
facts.
I was away. You know, it was like so I'm like that guy did it. I'm like, I'm sure that'd inspire some other people too, because it's like that's what this guy been saying. Like that's what people been saying.
Dude, like service refusal, I think is like one of the biggest things. Like he would forget that he was black because, you know, he's a white guy.
Yep.
And or I should say he would forget that his skin was black.
There we go.
And like he'd go into like a restaurant and like walk through the front and people would trip out. And like there's only one factor that changed, you know, the color of his skin, nothing else. Nothing economically, like nothing job-wise. And I don't know, I just feel like it's a really, really special book because it documents, like to me is like, it's proof that like just based on the color of your skin, you get treated different in America. And there's all sorts of other proof for that, but that one really, really hit me, and I think it's because of being like mixed race.
Makes sense. Somebody put, what are some of the different emotions you went through while filming New Chains?
I went through like every possible. First of all, it was so cold, bruh. Like we filmed it in like the dead of winter, and the place where we filmed it, there wasn't heating at the time, and it was basically like an empty warehouse in the winter, and I had to like be on a makeshift gurney. And in what are they called? The gowns that you wear when you go to the hospital, and like them shits aren't warm, bruh. Like I was big cold, and then I had to run outside, and it was so like off top, it was just cold.
This was weeks before
You wearing tissue paper,
Yeah,
set the scene.
yeah, and it just, especially the scenes like where I'm running with all the jewelry and stuff, like. It just made me feel like, damn, there's like, it's almost like there's no other way to go. You know what I'm saying? I could see and visualize why so many people turn to doing like crime or like thirsting for like these Jordans and these necklaces and this Gucci and all this shit. But it doesn't make you happy. Like I had everything on and I still was like sad. And then with the noose, and like pretending to hang, that was a crazy experience in itself because it's I never seen like is it called a gallows?
Yes.
I never seen a gallows before, and to see it there, you know what I'm saying? It's like 10 feet tall and it's built for the purpose of like hanging black people, and so like I never really felt my ancestors like that before, you know, like it was really powerful and it was like mad depressing. And so sitting there hanging, like recording the music video, I was just thinking like, damn, like how many of, you know, like my great ancestors like ended up like this, you know, this is just their end. And it was a wild ass headspace.
That's a stark thought.
Mm-hmm. That was a good question.
Yeah. Kristina?
Oh, yeah. Thanks, babe. That's my girlfriend.
Hey. We got one. Nathan Hodge. Were you trying to drop a question?
That's
yeah,
Pops.
I was going to say we got Respect My Region.
Yeah, we got
here,
Respect My Region.
And they're asking, shout out Respect My Region, by the way.
Big shout out.
Huge shout out. When did you discover how valuable your dollar is, where it ends up, and how it can be used for you or after you?
Yeah, that one's kind of hard.
I can't remember who told me that the black dollar doesn't stay. It stays in the black community for like hours or something crazy, like not very long at all. And that really made me think, like, because like then I started really thinking about it, like, okay, I don't really have a black bank. We don't have black tax people, you know. I don't have if I wanted to buy a house, like I probably wouldn't. I don't know like any black people that are doing that. And so it made me think that like our money goes immediately to Jordan, Gucci, Louis, Fendi, Prada, like all of these people that like, or corporations that are like white owned, I'm pretty sure. And like that doesn't come back to us, you know what I'm saying? And so I don't know how old I was when I figured that out, but I was really thinking about it when I made New Chains. But I feel like I'd had the conversation a while before that.
I think we were also at the time talking about some of the value of local economics as well, and just understanding that that's part of what community is learning how to spend money in your community and learning the importance of that, like getting to know the businesses around you is just as important. It can be as simple as learning the restaurants around you, you know. And now we have all this news. This is, if you don't mind me interjecting.
Go. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I think one good example, especially lately, is finding out that Wendy's and Pizza Hut and Taco Bell are contributing over $200,000 to see Donald Trump
back in office.
Back in office. And now we're seeing documents circulate on the internet that is just going to continue to bite these people in the butt. But whether it's true or false, it's just crazy that it would be even like fathomable. Like we could be like entertaining an idea of somebody so foul getting another term and being supported by these companies which thrive off of low income communities.
Facts.
Already, and people of color in particular. And so that's part of that understanding is you're voting with your money, is especially in a capitalist system. That's the way it works.
Yeah. I mean, buy local, fuck corporations.
Yeah.
Like,
You want your dollar to
ultimately-
work for you, man.
like
You can't put your dollar to work if you're buying.
Spend your money on people, not on stuff.
right. There we go.
Facts. Facts, especially now.
I think artists know a thing or two about spending your money on people more than things, and in a sense where I think there's a bunch of people that just barter. I think like artists are notorious for just like, how about I just do this instead of that, and they're like, yo, I was hoping you would say something like that, and it's like, sweet.
That's the best deal.
Yeah, it's the best deal, and it's like. Yeah, I'm like, I think artists have it pretty figured out. It's like, money? No, put that away. How about I just do
save that
something
shit.
for you? It's like I really appreciate that in like the circles too. So it's like,
Hell yeah.
That's part of getting involved in the community,
it's
for
part
sure.
of being involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You're investing.
we have this similar theme here that just keeps showing up. It's really can start so simply. And it does for most people, and then you start getting to know the people at the coffee shop you go to, and you start understanding your neighbors a little bit better, and that conversation that revolves around that diving into your community, I think, is a very rewarding thing. And I think a lot of people are starting to realize, like, how strong of a community we have. How many people did we bring out in the streets yesterday? 14,000?
Yeah, it was a lot of people.
A lot of heads.
A lot of people out
Yeah. Well, they ain't Seahawks numbers yet, but you know,
there. Right, they're not right.
we'll get there.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the Seahawks out there.
Yeah.
We heard in the
Take a
office.
knee, Seahawks. All right.
Do we have any more questions?
Oh yeah, we've got somebody. So you're working with the youth out here. They
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
How has working with urban youth in the Seattle school system affected your outlook as a whole on the state and class and race in 2020?
Mixed race is the future, first of all. So I work with school age youth, so 5 to 11, in an after school program where we work to, celebrate diversity and work with them to like give them self-empowerment, and we work really hard to like eliminate bias, and we have a lot of anti-bias values with it, and like we really just want to foster their creativity and the playful spirit. So that's like a long sentence to say that I get to hang out with kids and play with Legos and shit and teach them music all day. Right now we're doing Zoom calls. I played Jeopardy with him like a couple weeks ago. Comedy, super comedy. But it's crazy to see that like racism and shit is taught. Kids aren't born hating anything. Usually when they have like a hateful or like just like a nasty attitude, it's either one, like projection, like they're really going through some shit, or two, like their parents are teaching them like how to not deal with their emotions. And so working with the youth has really taught me that like if you have a kid, everything you do reflects off of them, and that's like a job, dude. Like it's a fucking civic duty to raise your kid. So I don't know. I feel like, and they're all like blends of races, which is also the really cool thing, like white kids are a minority in my class almost, which is, that doesn't happen often. Like, so it's cool to see that, it's just cool to like shape the minds of children of color, kids that like looked like I did when I was in school. I think that's really, really important. That was a good question, Dad.
Yeah.
Pops came with heat.
Man.
Once again, we're also raising money for the Northwest Community Bail Fund, and they basically get people out of jail during their trial period. So they post their bail for them for marginalized people of color. And I don't know, but if like I had to fight a trial, I would rather do it like sleeping at home, like in my bed, than like already in a cell. It's a very fucked up mentality to have. And I really support that. So if you donate to me, I'll donate half of whatever you donate to the Northwest Community Bail Fund. Also, Skipley Farm, skipleyfarm.com. It should be in the link. They're donating potatoes to any food banks or families that need them, no questions asked. So if you know people that need food, please tap in.
Yeah. Now's the time where resources are very, very available for anybody who needs them. It's just a matter of reaching out. And I also, through my connection at Rainier Ave Radio, am connected to a list of resources. So anybody can feel free to reach out to me at any time if they want access to community resources for COVID-19 and related to the protests in Seattle going on over the last week and a half now. So,
What was the food service related one for COVID?
the open plate.
Yeah, I think that's what that
Yeah.
one was.
Yep. Yeah. That's another nonprofit that I like personally. They paid my rent 1 month.
Oh, cool.
Sick.
Yeah. So.
Hey,
Yeah, Phil, did you have any questions? I know you're over there rearing up with some.
Well, did you? I know you guys were down there in the peeps of the last couple
Yeah.
days or something, right? Like,
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that experience at all?
Yeah, crazy. It's beautiful and tragic at the same time. It's beautiful to see, I wasn't out there yesterday, but it's beautiful to see 14,000 people come together and stand up for basic human rights. And it's also tragic that so many of these protests have ended in police-incited violence. Where I was, I'll speak for myself. When I was out there on Saturday, people were expressing their Second Amendment right, you know what I'm saying? Like protesting and just like giving it their all peacefully, Nobody's touching cops or anything like that. Nobody was pushing or shoving, and it felt like they initiated a curfew and didn't give us a lot of time to like really even like think about stuff. A lot of people had their phone on airplane, and I think it was like 15 minutes before we were supposed to leave, and so nobody really got it. And then they just started throwing flashbangs and shit and pushing us back like street by street. So I think that it's very, very important to continue to protest peacefully and like express how much we need reform in policing. But it's also important to we just got to keep giving them the energy and keep applying that pressure. And the more uncomfortable they get, the more shit is going to change. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there have been action items that have been kind of brought up as well.
Yeah, demands.
Yeah, I was going to ask you guys about what you thought would be specific things that could be put into place, or decisions that could be made that would make people feel like they had a voice and like things are actually changing, and that it's the beginning of something that's probably not going to be overnight.
No.
What are there any like specific things that you guys
Like things that could happen right now? Yeah. We need body cams on at all times. And we need badges visible at all times. And you know what I'm saying? Like those are I don't know what form of the law that falls under, but it's like,
Constitution.
yeah, you know what I'm
It
saying?
should be.
It is.
Yeah,
It should be.
you can't be
Officers
covering
have
up
to
your
identify
name.
themselves, which is why undercover cops are also unconstitutional. It's also why police dogs are unconstitutional, because a dog cannot be an officer of the law. It's not
a
a
dog.
human being. Sorry.
Yeah, and those are things that I think you could change that, you know? Whoever the fuck, Durkin, is she the one in charge of that? Like, you could be like, yo, it's illegal for you to do that. And
I was appalled by her answer, with which I had heard before that was something that the police showed their sign of, appreciation for a fallen officer by covering up your badge number with black tape. And it just seemed really flimsy and like, oh, isn't that a convenient tradition? It's just like gross.
and
It
then
just
like
didn't
if
sit well
that
with
if
me.
that really is what they do, I need them to change it.
They
you know?
need to change it. And I didn't like her answer of being like, oh, we'll put something into place to someday change that. It's like,
Yeah.
no, it's called you're the boss. You could call all of your employees who work for you and tell them to take the tape off their badges right now.
Yeah, what is it? Did like LA like just cut a bunch of money from
Well,
their
yeah,
police
and
force?
that's the second. That's one of the other bullet points of the demands, at least from Nikita Oliver from the meeting yesterday. Which, by the way, I mean, as a resident of Seattle, it's really encouraging to see any sort of form of proactivity between government and community relations, even if it's just to establish a dialogue. And honestly, props and shout outs to Nikita Oliver for controlling the dialogue and keeping it short and concise, and very focused on the 4 bullet points that she had, which was defunding the police and demilitarization, freeing all the protesters
Yep.
that got arrested, accountability, and then I believe the fourth one was the establishment of the community intervention, like another alternative kind of to the traditional brick and mortar police forces.
Word. So some form of reform within.
I think the dialogue
Policing.
is starting around reform. It's looking like defunding of police is happening no matter what. If you're a college or a public institution or business or anything like that, the last thing you want to do is be involved with SPD, especially. Actually, I'm gonna keep it real. We're like a national benchmark for corrupt police forces that do not handle relations with the community well. Like, to the point the DOJ had to intervene in, 2008 here? So this is a very shaky relationship already that needs accountability.
Yeah.
Hands down. I think the most important bullet point is accountability.
Hell yeah.
Which is why the body cam comes into play, too.
Yeah, 100%. Really cool to see Raz in the meeting and the
Salute
discussion
Raz.
too. Amazing. Salute Raz.
Salute Raz.
Amazing. So
Like,
there's so many beautiful things to take away from this last week. And so many just really hard facts that we're gonna be really facing for. Honestly, I think if it's not changing the way you live and the way you look at your life and the way that you establish your daily way of thinking, you're not looking at it right.
facts.
Period. So,
Any other comments before we wrap up?
That's all the questions in the comments. I don't
Cool.
know if y'all want to play a little ditty or.
Hell yeah. I mean, first and foremost, before we get out, thank you if you tuned in for a second or for the entire thing. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I hope it was inspiring. I hope you take this and help however you can, and just become an agent of change. Yeah. Also, just for the last time, if like you want to help with your dollars, please donate to me or the Northwest Community Bail Fund. Or you can also donate to Nest Life. You can Cashapp Nest Life, NESSELIFE. He's giving gas masks and goggles to protesters on the front lines who don't have any, and they're getting tear gassed and stuff. So that's kind of important to have.
super important.
But yeah, my name's Nobi, and this is House of Breaking Glass, and that was the New Chains premiere. You can watch it on my YouTube page.
I say we end with a little jam.
Ooh, yeah, let's get it.
Yeah, play yourselves out.
Hey.
Back of house.
Back of house. Ah, cha, 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 cha.
What do we got here?
That was Back of House.
Are you gonna be taking my job? A fucking announcer's voice over there.
Let's just switch. We could do both. We could do an NPR segment.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Raised on TV like The Simpsons. Think outside the box because this life will put you in one. Did I forget to mention how we sick like H1N1? This disease taking momentum, we exhibit all the symptoms. Society, the games are worn prison. We shackled to the couch, our eyes are chained to television. So slaves to an ever-changing system. No deliverance from evil, wrap they fist around religion. So I can't trust the preaching and I can't trust the cops. So I turn off the TV and I go off and watch. You see, the world is really everything it's not. The only time it's turning when it's turning around the clock. So where does that leave me? Where does rap leave me? Why the fuck I really care? See what you wanna believe, Receive, I won't achieve. You're not pertinent to me, cause I'll go murder mics like Ferguson police, but hey yo, that's off the topic. Go use your optics. Everything and everyone is usually centered around a profit. It's hard for me to honestly believe in this hypocrisy, cause we just vote for money is and call it a democracy. Prophecies is dumb as fuck, policies is dumb as fuck, and they just make a mockery of everything. They all corrupt, and we just keep on swallowing apologies. Following monotony is probably what bottomed our economy. So fuck the media, this shit is devious, and y'all just eat it up. Can't be serious, your evidence is Wikipedia. You look at things for your convenience. Think Big Ol' Riley's a fucking genius. Look at TV, that's fucking meaningless. Eyes open, but you can't see shit. You're blind. Yeah, you're blind. Yeah, you blind. You blind. No. Handcrafted from hell in a handbasket. Get these hands clapping. I'm Eric Clapton with a tab of acid, a sax, and a lot of talent. Salivated attackers assassinate when I'm rapping. Tagged in a tabernacle like damn. Want it with Nobi. Send your squadron and I'm offing them. I'll coughin' your homies. Get to coughing, I'm stony. And in the office, I'm winning. This that nepotism flow. I get to give you the business. Digging your misses. At the chick inside to give me the digits. Thinking she wishes the dishes. Smoking medicinal healing. Cop the tree for a steal. Blew that shit with the quickness. Toss your CD in the field. Threw that shit like a discus. Who can diss me the distance? This is the Dickens opinion. Listening to it was written. While I write a novel, I'm winning. Winning the world will I finish. Feeling like fuck your feelings. Filling the blank. Fuck you if you really think you a killer. Mama raised a real monster. Came out the womb boxing. Cut the cord myself. Pop the pill and pop doctors a line. I will prosper, divide. I will conquer. I'm gunning for liberation. I'm cousin with Killmonger. What's up?
My name is Jacob Hillard, aka the Digital.
My name is Nobi, N-O-B-I, never obey blind individuals.
I'm Phillip Peterson. We've got Devin Lee over here. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for joining
This
us
has been
again.
Back of House.
Yeah, again.
Yeah, back of house / ruminate session. Thank you all.
Beauty.
Beauty.